Good morning, timeless travelers. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Today I am doing something I have never done before. I'm somewhere I've never been. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. I'd never been here before, and I decided that since I was somewhere I've never been, I'm going to do something I've never done. So I'm going to go ahead and attack my bucket list. Today we're going on a hot air balloon over the deserts of Phoenix. So let's go take a look. If this is content you're interested in, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Alright guys, I am here at Rainbow Riders. We are about to get in the van. Here is the van. I'm not going to show any of the passengers, but here is my people. We're about to get in the van and we're headed out to where we are going to the pickup. It's dark out, so I'm standing under the light. That's why it looks kind of bright. So I'm about to hop in the van and I will show you once we get there because I want to be respectful of all my passengers. But I'll show you when we get there what the desert part looks like. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, so we are out here and they are filling up the balloons, so it's really loud. But I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the balloons being filled up. This is amazing. It's sunrise. Oh my god, it's so fun. But I'm going to show you guys what I'm seeing. Alright, so you can see the balloon back there being filled. They've already, you can see the flames. They're already added the air and now they're adding the heat to the hot air balloon. So that is not my balloon. My balloon's over here, but I just caught them doing this one, so I wanted you to see it. So it's just pretty doggone amazing. I'm so excited. So this is our balloon actually right over here that's being filled. So this is our basket right there. And then you see them dragging the balloon out. And then once they get it all the way out, then they're going to turn the fans on, which is what you hear. And they're turning the fans on once they're done with that. And those fans that are over there, that is how they're going to put the air in the balloon, and then he's going to add the heat. So that's I know it's really loud, and I'm trying to talk over it, but I wanted you guys to kind of in real time see what was happening. So you see the other balloons are already being inflated. Our balloon is getting inflated, so we'll be ready to go here in a little bit. You see him? He is. The balloon is dragging him away. I feel like he's up. He got to go with the balloon. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing, you guys. This is so amazing. Oh, it's so amazing. Oh, look at it. It's awesome.
Bye, y'all.
Yes.
About that sunrise over there. All right, throughout the course of the flight, you're going to see me pull on this green line to this black line. They go up to the side of the balloon. They open up vents on the side, let air out either left or right. It doesn't steer us, but it does spin us or rotate us. The air pressure pushes out one way or the other, and that will rotate the balloon. And this way, everybody gets a front row seat at one point or another.
Yay.
Those who tip the most get the front the most. See how vast the valley is here. Of course, we're over what they call Peoria. We've got Glendale, we've got Goodyear, we've got all kinds of Sun City, Surprise out here. Scottsdale, everybody knows Scottsdale. That's off the other side of that one big ridge over there. Carefree, Cave Creek, Flagstaff to the north. You see the lake up there? That's Lake Pleasant. Lake Pleasant is where we get 70% of our drinking water for the valley. There are canals you can see that come out of the lake and they come down through the valley, and that's how they distribute the water. We do also have wells that go down into the aquifer to supply water as well.
Yeah, we up here. We out here. You see these balloons coming up down here? Our balloon is actually rotating. So I'm not moving, and the balloon is moving. The balloon is actually rotating. So we can all get different views. So you can get the 3. He's gonna run us into the side of the wall. John, you know where you're going?
Well, hopefully we'll make it over this mountain.
He talking about hopefully. It's cactus over there and everything. Oh, you good. There's cactus over there and everything. All right, John, we trusting you.
I'm watching.
I mean, watching is different from guiding, though.
Hey, I'm in here with you. Don't you worry.
He said my life is on the line.
Right. He's like, my life on the line, too.
All right, guys, a little worthless trivia for you. You see the cactus in front of us, the sorrel cactus. It takes about 50 years for those things to grow just 10 feet tall, and it's somewhere between 70 and 75 before they start growing arms on them.
John, what is that under them trees?
Cattle. A bunch of cows.
A bunch of cows.
Yep. So we, this area here is all part of what they call state trust land, and they have cattle out here that are free range. They roam the whole area, and once a year they have to round them up.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they just kind of live out here and wander. And
like that box.
they use helicopters to track them down, and then horseback to round them up.
Helicopters to track them down and horses to round them
see
up?
where they're at.
Okay.
The houses downstream. So this is kind of a reservoir area. It's dry, 99.9% of the time, but every once in a while we get some rain and this gets wet. And that's why it's a lot greener than everything else. Down landing, well, that's pretty much what it sounds like. That's when the balloons, the winds are too strong to keep the balloon upright. We drag. We end up laying on our sides, and that's when you guys all get to know each other real well. Either type of landing, and that's also why this divider's in the middle. Either type of landing, you're going to face the back. You turn around, face the back, you're going to find handles in front of you. You're going to grab onto those handles, you're going to bend your knees, you're going to put your back against that wall behind you, and that way if we do tip over, you're just laying on your back. Safest way to land. You want to do this, but the most important thing is if you, excuse me, you got me all flustered with that camera.
Sorry.
The most important thing, and as long as you do this, you'll be just fine, but the most important thing is you want to make sure that you...
Ever crashed into a house?
I have not. Don't jinx me, knock on wood. There's always a first time. Oh yeah, there was a one of the companies that has the cactus on the side of the balloon that was like next to us. Yeah, he landed, draped a house one day.
All right, y'all, we about to land. I don't know if I need to put the camera up. I might have to. I was gonna show y'all, but it might get questionable. I think I might have to just tell y'all about it because I don't want to lose my camera in the landing. All right, we didn't die. And they letting the balloon down. The landing was a little rough.
I'm my mother's child.
But I could have kept the camera out, but the landing was kind of a little rough. But they letting the air out of the balloon. We didn't have to tip over, and we're going to be getting out in a minute. All right, we landed safely. John is about to pull out a table and get us a champagne toast. So we are excited about that. We're about to get a champagne toast. All right, John took me out on a date, getting me out my champagne and orange juice and cranberry juice and water.
Yeah, mimosas.
He get mimosas together. He know how to treat me.
Non-drinkers do I have? 1, 2.
I'm a non-drinker today.
Non-drinker? Is that because it's small bladder? No, sorry. So 3 non-drinkers, correct? Everybody else wants champagne? Champagne? All right. So I'm gonna set these 3 cups here aside for no champagne. I'm gonna fill the rest with champagne. Next question I have is: does anybody know where ballooning first began?
No idea.
I thought you had it. No. No. I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with champagne. France. There we go.
France.
I did have a lady just the other day. She was chatty, Kathy. She was having so much fun. Yeah, almost too much fun. Anyway, she raised her hand right away. She goes, oh, I know. And I said, okay, where? She said, back there, about an hour ago. She got me. Yeah, that's like one of my jokes. Yeah. All right, so a little history lesson for you. 1783, the Montgolfier brothers, they were the first to discover ballooning. Their family, they owned a paper mill. And they'd burn their scraps of paper and they'd watch the smoke rise and float with the wind. Now they thought there was something magical or mystical about that smoke and figured if they could harness it, they could ride the wind. Sure enough, they built a paper bag, filled it full of smoke, let it go, and off it went. Built it bigger and bigger until finally they could fly. And they'd take off out of Paris, France, and fly out into the countryside, kind of like we did today. However, they had no idea that it was the hot air that made the balloon rise. They thought it was the smoke. So they'd build their fire, hang the balloon over top of it, throw all kinds of wet straw and nasty stuff on the fire to make as much smoke as they could, fill the balloon full, cut the ropes, and off they'd go. Peaceful, absolutely quiet. Pretty soon it'd cool off and it'd come crashing back to the ground, kind of like we did today. Not really. Now the peasants and farmers back then, they had no idea that man could fly.
Wait, did they die?
No, they did not. Well, they'd see this thing coming out of the sky with a smoke belching out of it, and they thought it was an alien being or a fire-breathing dragon coming down to destroy their crops or eat their livestock. So they'd rush out and they'd try and kill this beast before it did any damage. Now the pilots not only feared for their lives, but they had to repair their balloon after every flight. So they went to the King of France. They said, King, we have a problem. How do we appease the landowners? Let them know we're good guys, we're from Earth. So living in the wine region that they did, the king suggested they carry along a bottle of champagne. Champagne back then was a sign of royalty, had the king's crest in it. Most of the peasants worked in the vineyard, so they knew what champagne was. It became a peace offering. Here, we're good guys, leave our balloon alone. Now we continue that tradition today. In fact, I've got an extra bottle of champagne in the cooler just for the landowner. Now, had we landed in somebody's front yard, backyard, or pasture, we would offer them a bottle of champagne as a thank you to keep that tradition alive. Well, we also carry along champagne to celebrate the flight with our passengers. Any objections? I didn't think so. All right, so I filled up all the cups except for 3. If you want juice, those non-drinkers, please use the cup so we can all share the juice. If you want to water the non-drinkers, you can just take a water. They're small. I've got a bunch of those. Come on up, mix them up any way you want. By the way, we do have freshly squeezed orange juice if you want a mimosa.
Oh,
So about 100 years after ballooning first began, an Irish priest took a balloon ride. He thought it was the most amazing experience he'd ever encountered, so he wrote a blessing to go along with ballooning. I recite that blessing after every flight to make sure the next one goes as well. I used to do it before the flight, but believe it or not, people get a little nervous when you start praying before the flight. Not a good thing. Anyway, it's called the Balloonist Prayer, and it goes like this. The winds have welcomed you with softness. The sun has blessed you with its warm hands. You have flown so high and so well that God has joined you in your laughter and set you gently back again into the loving arms of Mother Earth. Cheers.
Cheers. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
So once we got back, they gave us some snacks. So they gave us like these little yogurts and like they also sell souvenirs. So I'm gonna eat my little snack and then I'm gonna grab a souvenir from over here. I'm looking to see if they have picture frames, but I don't think they do, but I'm definitely gonna get a champagne flute, if nothing else. So I'm excited, yay!